I always saw hurdles as a form of art because it's very individual. One technique that may produce a world record for one guy could be useless for another guy. I was always a mean and lean athlete, not tall, not large. Stretching was a major part of my preparation. I used biomechanics to save time when I was competing. In particular, I studied German and Russian biomechanics. I overcame size with mechanics. It doesn't matter who you are. It can happen to anybody. We have Kenyan, Dominican Republic, and even Scandinavian Olympic gold medalists. All you need is willpower. Both parents supported my becoming a world-class athlete. Lots of people let it go by and never accomplish what they want. I just wanted to see what I could do. One of my major competitors was Harold Smith. Smith beat me in 1977. I was loafing during that competition. Black athletes are always under more scrutiny. My concentration level blocks out everything. Concentration is why some athletes are better than others. You develop that concentration in training and concentrate in a meet. In digital world, sport provides opportunity to bring people together. My father was an All-American football player. I didn't get an athletic scholarship at a major school. I wanted to go to medical school, but I never got a college scholarship. I always got my work done before playing. When I first started running, there were no computers. There was no such thing as a laptop. I think I was in the most historical and golden era of track and field. I don't think I was a perfect hurdler, but I guess I did win all the time. I always had to keep improving my skills in order to remain competitive and keep winning. I used to be seriously incognito without wanting to be. The effect of the magazines, television, billboards, they've changed my whole life in terms of having to deal with being a, quote, star. Chicago is a fantastic city, and I can easily see the Olympics setting themselves right here in Chicago. The joint lubrication was not what it was when I was competing, and I decided that not having arthritis or rheumatism for the rest of my life was a lot more important to me than returning to the track. I was always more of an academic than a jock. My father was also a principal of a school and mother was a curriculum advisor. Both were educators. In any competitive environment, whether you're in sales or marketing or whatever it is, you have to know your competition, understand who they are, do intelligent analysis on them, and then you have to know yourself, who you are and what you're capable of doing. I never struggled with injury problems because of my preparation, in particular my stretching. I was always the guy kids came to for help. I went to Morehouse College. There was no track and field there. I used to have tears in my eyes on the way to practice because I was so focused. For me, track and field was serious business. I didn't have any friends. I was very isolated and very focused. One of the things I'm most proud of is I went through my entire career drug-free. I don't do Facebook, Twitter, I don't do any of the social media. My career proves that you can be on top for a long period of time by doing things that come naturally. I found ways to maintain my performance through working with professionals and doing things that other people weren't doing. Later in my career, I had a great physical therapist who kept me out on the track. We were doing innovative things like ice baths back in the early 80s, when everyone else thought it was crazy. I was black, studying physics and engineering. I was from a small school nobody ever heard of. My eyes have been sensitive to light since the 5th grade. Without glasses, I can't see the next hurdle. I stand with all the athletes who believe in doing things right. The ones who win and the ones who lose while knowing they have been cheated out of their positions. There are thousands, if not tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of those kinds of athletes out there. We have to remember them. In 1974 or 1975, if someone had told me I was going to be an Olympic champion, I would not have believed it. Even in 1976, I'd not have believed it. I never considered myself as a favorite in any hurdles event. I never took anything for granted. Nobody can walk on a track and beat me unless they have an extraordinary day. And I have a bad day, which I keep from happening. Some days you really don't feel like racing and you have a great performance. Some days you feel great and you have a mediocre performance. I'm an engineer. I studied physics and engineering. In fact, in 1978, I started working as an aerospace engineer with General Dynamics. I used to test cruise missiles, space systems. I worked on the first generation of cruise missile. I like to talk to people on the phone. I don't like to do critical stuff by text message. Going back to the 70s and 80s, I was one of the athletes who believed in true sport. I never took medical supplements, believed in diet and exercising. I always represent clean athletes.